YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the WaterBird toy review. Today we're going to be taking a look at 3 WaterBird toys. But it's also very worthy to note that about 3 days time, or shall I say 4 days time, summer is literally on its very last legs. And of course, yes, I've actually got about 2 cigar themed toys, and one of them is not. So let me just show you. In fact, I might actually show you the one that isn't cigar related, and it's actually this. The Flipper Origami British Wild Collection product that costs about £3.95. Generation 128, I don't know why it's still there. Hopefully by the 1st of September we might start to see Generation 129. It is basically called the Swimming Lakeside Wild Odd One Out Goose Chase Small 5-pack. So really, with this product, we're literally on a wild goose chase, isn't he? Do the file though, but there's the back of the packaging there. I've actually realised, hang on a minute, where is the about this product reading? Oh my goodness me, why do I miss out on some of those things? I mean, give me a break, man. I've learnt this mistake before, man. Oh well, at least I'll try and just add it on and just, you know, be normal, of course. I'll just stop whinging and blah blah. Noticing it's not that hard, isn't it? How is this not hard? There you go. About this product. Okay, I've actually realised that was a file of mine. But nevertheless, I finally added this on top of the packaging, and there you go. We've got some geese here, which looks like this. And I got a funny feeling, maybe, just maybe, whenever I look at this product, it doesn't look too bad after all. You see, you know, things like products, they look fairly nice. And I've actually realised that this product has actually got artwork which is already botched up from another envelope. So it looks like they've actually used, it's like they've actually added, they've stuck on an artwork from a previous envelope that was broken, and then they've actually transferred this artwork to here. It's a little bit like what I did back then with the other products back then, like that, was it the Goldfinch product that I did, the 12-pack that I did? I think it was like a Flapping Birds product, or maybe it was a 5-pack. I remember doing that. Uh-oh, this one's about to be broken. I might as well have to fix this baby up though, because, you know, obviously I can be a bit, you know, dumb when I'm thinking that they're glued in, and actually they're not. Now, I didn't realise that this is actually another one of those instances where, in a sense, that the packaging has actually got another piece of artwork on the top. So there's actually a bit of gluing in. So if you can see that, that's basically a damaged envelope stuck on top of a fresh envelope. In a sense that the packaging has been stuck on top of another, so that the product can make itself look fresh again, which is actually a very good thing. It actually makes it so nice. But yeah, we've got some Canadian geese and grey-lag geese, which are, of course, there's some domestic ones. Obvious, isn't it? As strange as it sounds. Obviously, it's quite nice that we're getting a huge variety of different products. Yes, this is a goose-like product though, as funny as it sounds. It looks fairly nice indeed. There is, of course, the name overall, which looks like that. Okay, maybe if you look at those, they just look totally and utterly fantastic. You know, it's funny, I would have never thought that Ivan would be making something as completely essential as those guys there. They look fairly nice. I can tell you what, I would have never thought I'd be making goose themed products again. Here's another one there. This is a domestic grey-lag goose, going by the all whitish colour. Not for the fact that there's stains here, but nevertheless it is still quite a nice product. Despite the stains that spoil the whitish colour, it still makes it as a beautiful looking bird. In fact, these guys are beautiful, but in real life they can be pretty much, on the outside they may look impressive to look at, but on the inside there is a dark sea. As you know, geese are pretty much called cobra chickens, especially during the breeding season, of course. Yes, and we've also got this amalgamated hybrid. Basically it's supposed to be a hybrid between a domestic grey-lag goose and a Canadian goose, which actually is meant to be like that. There you go, it's called the Canada grey-lag. Actually it's the hybrid goose, whenever I think of this. Yeah, despite these geese being in two different, slightly different, no, just say it, genuses, they actually can hybridize super well and easily. And I would have never thought that these guys could hybridize super well. Actually, I'm actually thinking of something really fundamental though. Maybe before going back to college, I might pop into the local nature reserve at Sandwell Valley, the RSPB reserve at Sandwell Valley, maybe around the 10th of September, but we'll start to see. Or maybe at like, it could be the first Saturday of September, I think, by next week. And yes, September is literally around the corner, which means autumn time. Crikeys, I can't believe it. Okay, let's move on to a different set. It's this product here. This is not a British Wildlife Collection product. I would have thought it would be, but it's not. It is, of course, a swimming great-headed gull Colonia fishing flock 12-pack. Cost about £17.95, nearly 5 pence away from £18, which is blooming expensive. Here we have got a bunch of angry seagulls feuding for a fish. I presume they're first winter great-headed gulls. And funnily enough, I've actually didn't add any signs of brown, so I might as well just add it right now. And no matter how much mistakes I've been making, there I go. How's that? Not so hard to add a bit of detailing, huh? But let's just go ahead and unpack this and see what's all about. And yes, grey-headed gulls are actually native to South America and Africa, so there is actually a bit of a tip on where these birds come from. Oh, there's a bit of a ring in, there's a bit of paper in, a bit of a very strange piece of paper. There's a bit of a ringing, I don't know why. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the fish. They're literally based on blue tilapias, but to be honest, whenever I look at the eyes, they look nothing little bit like a tilapia. I think tilapias tend to have darker colours though, although I could say otherwise in real life. They're nothing like what I would actually think what a tilapia fish would be like. And that's the other side of it here as well. Of course, yes, I've actually done quite a remarkable amount of detailing of all such. Because, obviously these fishies... You know what it actually reminds me of? It reminds me of that old classic book, The Rainbow Fish. That's what it actually reminds me of. It reminds me of that classic character found in those books. You know the Rainbow Fish? I actually think back to that one story about the Rainbow Fish. One childhood book that actually got me straight into fish was the Rainbow Fish. And it looks fairly nice. I can tell you what, we're getting to see a huge rise on fish populations in the Flip-Up universe. And hey, that looks super awesome indeed. Here's the other one there. It's amazing how beautifully detailed in the way these guys are done. Now let's take a look at the grey-headed gulls, because the people said, oh, you haven't showed us how well there they are. That's what they all look like. And haven't added some detailing, which in a sense, I can give it a smudge. And yes, smudging isn't so hard as long as you know the way. Actually, I should actually try and add a bit of pencil detailing onto it. And I mean, why are there so many flip-up products in this toy review that have actually not been detailed up right though? I mean, give me a break. Sorry if I'm starting to sound a bit snappy though, but just gently there. But at least my sore throat has actually started to calm myself down a bit. But of course, yes, I did show you the name of what we've got. Yeah, so it looks fairly nice. Again, the grey hair does tell me it is a grey-headed gull and not a black-headed gull. Also, of course, yes, noticing that they've got the same sort of eye-ring, sort of eye detailing that you would find in the slender-billed gull, which is actually another gull species in that sort of, genus. Obviously, I almost said the word gender. That was a different word, wasn't it? And there you go, the grey-headed gull. It's quite a very impressive-looking species from tropical Africa and South America, actually. And of course, yes, we've also got this here as well. Of course, these guys would love to breed in colonies, and they would also love to catch flying ants as well. So that's what these guys are meant to be like. There you go, there's the name, grey-headed gull. It's quite amazing that, hey? I would have never thought I'd be seeing a lot of those guys. And we've also got these guys here. These are first winter grey-headed gulls. Now, of course, yes, they do bear a resemblance to the black-headed gull, but noticing that they don't actually have the blackish-greyish sort of beak tip at the front. which actually is missing in action. And also, to be reputable enough, look at the little dot there. Actually, it's a little line there, which is actually meant to look like, you know, if these birds were wearing headphones and such. That you see that smudge? It's not brown, it's actually dark grey. It's like a slightest darkish grey colour, instead of the usual brownish sort of patch, I suppose. So they almost look like they're wearing headphones, those guys. And I presume that's what the winter plumage would normally be like, with those guys like that. But yes, it's actually quite a nice mixed bag of seeing the grey-headed gulls. And of course, yes, we've also got another flip-flap product to look at. And funnily enough, I'm just trying to find which envelope is the right one to basically pack those gulls and the fish back in. And I think I'll look like I've done it. Well, not really, because I've got this 5-pack here, which costs about £3 there. Obviously, it's not one of those grey-headed gull products. And look at that, one of the juveniles is starting to get really, really exasperated by the patting of a parent. Well, that's how families are like, sadly, these days. But nevertheless, it is quite a nice grey-headed gull, small colonial flop 5-pack. Obviously, it actually is meant to be more, you know, I would have actually gave it a much more better title of, in the sense it's more of a family, because you get like, you know, just obviously having just 2 of those. I don't know if that really makes sense though, guys, having 2 of those, which pretty much makes a bit of nonsensicalness. And that's weird, this gull here, it should have got detailing on the wings. I mean, what's going on with these birds? These guys have not been detailed that right. Why are there so many flip-flap toys that haven't been detailed so right? Oh well, sorry, I've just got a bit snappy already though. But there you go. Here is the first winter grey-headed gull with the brown streakings already implemented by me. And funnily enough, when I was detailing those gulls, of course, yes, I accidentally noticed that there was a splodge of orange, because I was making those gulls to be a lot more, well, correlated to what they're like. But unlike that 12-pack with 4 adults and the 2 first winter juveniles, these guys here have actually got black beak tips, which is actually very, very better and very nice. In fact, it's so much better than the other product that I did so far. And of course, yes, we've got those guys here. We've got the adults of the grey-headed gull. Of course, yes, we've got these. I mean, comme ci, comme ça. Here it's literally pretty fine, the thing of it. Right. So yes, it is pretty nice to state that. We already have those, of course. I mean, is your money worth on this product though, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? What do you think? It's actually not too bad for me though. I mean, obviously the more simplistic toys are the water toys. I mean, it's quite funny, especially if you're connecting it into seagulls, because of the white colorizations going on here. Well, it makes it far cheaper and more convenient for flip-flap to make such a very brilliant toy product like so. And in they go. It's quite funny, we're getting a lot more smaller seagulls than the big ones, which is actually quite strange to note, but there you go. These products are done and dusted. Oh, sorry about the one Christmas penguin, but mind you, I think that's pretty much about the end of this video. Now, as an announcement, on the 31st of August of 2022, I'm going to be producing a very complex video about the heat wave that we had so far recently during, well, the summer of 2022. And actually, there is something really cool. This is something I don't do every August. Oh, look at that. There's a picture of a bird there on my phone computer. I wonder what bird species it is. Oh, it is a bearded reedling. It's also known as a bearded tit. Has anyone, you guys, have seen this bird before? I haven't. No, not really. But I can tell you what, one of the rarest birds I've ever seen yesterday on my trip to Oakwood was a greenshank. Can you believe that? I actually came across a greenshank, which is like one of those little sandpiper birds that often sort of, you know, walks like this, and also does another method where it runs rapidly while if it was catching a fish and stuff like that. Right? It's actually quite impressive to see a greenshank. They're a lot more bigger than a red shank. And of course, yes, I do have a bird a birding type book though, but I don't think I've got any more time to do that though. But yes, of course, yes, hopefully on the 31st of August I will plan on to make a very complex video about the summer heatwave that we had so far on the 31st of August of 2022. I don't know what time it will be, but it all just depends on how much flip-up toys I've got at the moment though, and all that stuff like that at the moment, I suppose. Anyways, I think that's about it throughout the whole video. Please give this video a like, subscribe for more flip-up videos in the future, and I hope your summer had been really interesting and also impressive so far, and I hope your summer will never be forgotten, especially that first 40 degrees Celsius record in the UK. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now. Whew, maybe one day I should talk about climate change. Don't you? Bye.